Alright, sige. So, let's continue our discussion. So, ngayon naman po, ating pag-uusapan is all about typhoid fever. Okay, so typhoid fever is also, tinatawag siya also known as what we call enteric fever. So, ano ba ang meron naman sa typhoid fever? So, sabi natin, typhoid fever, it is a bacterial infection transmitted by contaminated water, milk, shellfish, or other food. So, it affects the lymphoid tissue or yung Peyer's patches natin of the small intestine. So, bacterial infection ulit siya, tapos ano ulit? Infected ulit ng water, milk, and meron lang po nadagdag na shellfish. So, the etiologic agent for typhoid fever is what we call your, Salmonella typhosa or Salmonella typhi, which is ano daw yung characteristic niya? This is a gram-negative, motile and non-spore forming, and it is pathogenic to humans only. Meaning, kay tao lang po siya nagkokos ng sakit, yung mga Salmonella typhi or typhosa na yan. Okay, so it is hardy organism and can easily survive in natural habitats like water and inorganic materials. So, kaya mabilis din siya kumalat. And the bacteria can survive for weeks in water or mga dried sewage. Ibig sabihin, yung mga kanal-kanal na to, yung kanal, pwede po siya mag-survive dyan. And the incubation period is 5 to 40 days and an average of 10 to 20 days. So, ibig sabihin, dyan siya nag-incubate yung mismo Salmonella typhi na yan. So, period of communicability, sabi, the period of communicability is variable. It will depend. Sabi, as long as the patient is excreting the microorganism, he or she is still capable of infecting others. Hanggat nasa-shed niya, hanggat pag nagpupupo siya, nandyan pa sa kanya yung microorganism. Ibig sabihin, pwede niyang maikalat yung sakit na yan. Source of infection, carriers are person who recovered from the disease or someone who took care patient with typhoid and was infected. Ibig sabihin, yung mga may sakit na yan and yung mga nahawa, sila yung pwedeng magdala-dala or carrier ng mismo sakit na yan. So, ano ba daw? These individuals may become long-term carriers of bacteria even though they have no symptoms. So, ibig sabihin, kahit wala ka nakitang signs and symptoms sa kanila na lumalabas, pwede pong daladalan mismo yung barrier na yan. And it could become the source of new outbreaks of typhoid fever for many years. So, kaya mahalaga, lahat po matreat. Diba? Kasi nga, kaya na niyang dalin yan. And sabi natin, ingestion of shellfish like oyster harvested from waters contaminated by sewage disposal. Ayan, so, kaya importante rin po yung mga, pag mahilig tayo sa mga shellfish, diba, yung mga oyster na, diba, fresh pa nga natin, diba, fresh yan, kinakain. So, we need to make sure na malinis yung pinagkuhanan talaga niyan. Kasi pag na-contaminate yan, you could be also infected by typhoid fever. So, stool and vomitus of infected individual, ayan, pwede yun sa kanya kasi nga, carrier sila. So, how is it transmitted again? Through fecal-oral transmission. So, same pa rin, ingestion of contaminated food, water, and milk. So, tandaan, paano daw? Organism can be transmitted through 5F. First, F, feces. Feces of individual or infected individual and considered primary source. Then, ano daw? Next F is flies. Carry or the organism to this. Saan daw nadalhin? Through food. Pick up by food by fingers. And the fifth is fomites. So, tandaan, feces, flies, food, fingers, and fomites. Paano siya natatransmit yung typhoid fever. Okay? So, ano nga ba yung mga clinical manifestations? Ano yung makikita natin? So, first is the onset. On the onset of the disease, the patient have headache, chilly sensation, and ache all over the body. So, nilalamig, nagchichills, tapos masakit yung ulo, masakit yung buong katawan, parang tinatrangkaso yung pasyente. Accompanied by nausea and vomiting, and the patient manifests either constipation or diarrhea. So, yun yung pinagkaiba niya. So, it's either pwede siyang nagko-constipate or pwede nagda-diarrhea yung patient. And then, all symptoms worsen by the 4th and 5th day. So, lala siya na lalala. The fever starts low and increases daily. So, ibig sabihin, yung lagnat niya, yung temperature ni patient, una, magsisimula yung mga 37.8, 39, hanggang tumaas siya ng tumaas hanggang 40.5 degrees. And it may be higher in the morning than the afternoon. So, mas mataas yung temperature na sa umaga. Ano pa daw? The patient's breathing is accelerated. So, bumibilis. Diba? And then, ano nangyari? The tongue is furred, the skin is dry and hot, and the abdomen is distended and tender. So, lumalaki yung tiyan, tapos malambot yung tiyan ni patient. And then, nagkakaroon ngayon ng rose spots, which is, ayan yung tinasabi na it is considered the pathognomonic sign ng ating typhoid fever. So, ano ba yung rose spots? So, this is appearance of abdominal wall on the 7th or 9th day. So, ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon ng parang butlig-butlig, pula-pula si patient doon sa may bandang tiyan niya, sa trunk niya, on the 7th to 9th day, kapag na-infect siya ng typhoid fever. So, ito po yung itsura ng rose spots. Ayan, so, may mga butlig-butlig siya dyan sa tiyan or sa mismong trunk ni patient. Okay, on the second week, symptoms become more aggravated. Sabihin, mas lumalala. Ano daw, yung temperature niya, yung temp niya, mas lalong mataas na siya, halos pantay na. Rose spots become more prominent, mas kitang-kita na yung mga batsi-batsi na yan. Okay, number 2, ano daw? Later illness. The patient become delirious. Ibig sabihin, nagde-delirium na yung pasyente. It's either because of the high-grade fever and yun sa infection. So, ibig sabihin, parang nawawala sa sarili yung pasyente. Naranghibang na yung pasyente. And this is a life-threatening complication. So, that's why, ito na yung medyo ka nakakakaba. Kasi nga, pwedeng mamatay yung pasyente kapag dumadating niya sa ganyan. And some people, signs and symptoms may return up to 2 weeks after the fever has subsided. So, diba, bumaba na, biglang babalik ulit yung mga sintomas dun sa pasyente. And the third stage will be the typhoid state. So, ano naman yung sa typhoid state? Sabi, intense symptoms decline in severity. So, mas lumalala. Ano daw? The tongue protrudes and become dry and round. No, kanina, dry pa lang yung tongue ni patient, tapos nagbibitak-bitak. Ngayon, lumalabas, parang nilalabas na ni patient yung dila niya sa dry and color brown na siya. Ano pa daw? The teeth and lips accumulate a dirty brown collection of dried mucus and bacteria dun sa mismong bibig niya. Yung tinatawag natin na sordes or swords, kung ano yung gusto nyo pronounce yan, which are preventable by good nursing care. So, sabihin yung oral hygiene, importante rin sa pasyente na may typhoid fever. Kasi, kapag nag-collect yan dyan, so another problem ngayon yan. Diba? So, mamumuti-muti yung bibig ni patient natin. And the patient seem to be staring blankly or tinatawag na coma vigil. So, tulala yung pasyente. Diba? Nakaganyan siya, nakatulala, labas yung dila, tapos nakatulala lang yung pasyente natin. So, yung tinatawag na coma vigil. So, ito po yung sordes or swords natin. Ayan yun, namumuti-muti na yan, no? Sa bibig ni pasyente, sa dila. Diba? So, through oral hygiene, pwede po siyang ma-prevent. So, kaya importante yung oral hygiene. So, ito naman po yung typhoid state, coma vigil, di ba? Parang nakatulala lang yung pasyente. Ayan, so, nakaprotrude yung dila niya. Ayan, so, ganyan po yung mga pasyente kapag nasa typhoid state na siya. So, there will also twitching of tendon sets in, so especially at the wrist or subsultus tendinum. So, ibig sabihin, medyo nagkakaroon ng involuntary movement yung patient. Nag-twitch na pag ng konti. Okay? So, kaya tingnan mo dito, di ba? Ayan yung picture, oh. Naka-flex yung patient natin. So, the patient mutters deliriously and picks aimlessly at bedclothes with his or her fingers continuously passion. So, or carpho lodja. So, ibig sabihin, para siyang may inaabot dun sa dito. So, parang nihila niya yung beddings, di ba? So, kumbaga parang may inaabot siya, na feeling niya meron siyang inaayos doon. So, ganun yung pasyente. Okay, so there is constant tendency for patient to sleep down to the foot part of the bed. Sabihin, bumababa yung patient kasi nga umagal. So, in severe cases, rambling delirium sets in. So, and open ends in death. So, ibig sabihin, kapag lumala yung delirium ng pasyente, papunta na yun sa death. Kaya, so, ayaw natin na umabot dun yung patient natin. So, yan yung mga makikita natin symptoms. Kumbaga, dire-diretso siya na ganyan. Yeah, so diagnostic procedures. Yeah, so type P that, which is the confirmatory. So, ibig sabihin, kukuha na ng blood sample si patient. So, enzyme-like immunosorbent assay or yung ELISA, Widal test, or rectal swab. So, this is yung mga ginagawa para ma-confirm that patient is infected with typhoid or yung Salmonella typhi natin. So, how is it prevent and control? Diba? Ayaw natin na kumalat siya. Siyempre, since this is a oral fecal transmission, so again, sanitary and proper disposal of excreta, yung mga pupo. Diba? Proper supervision of food handlers, enteric isolation ba rin po, adequate protection or provision of safe drinking water supply. And report cases to health authorities. So, it's kasama po yan sa reportable diseases. Yung mga ganyan na sakit. Okay, so because the vaccine will not provide complete protection, follow these guidelines when traveling to high-risk areas. Diba? Ano ba? Mahilig ka mag-travel. Ayan, sabi daw, wash before eating or preparing food and after using yung toilet. So, hand washing pa din po tayo. Okay? Ano daw? Carry an alcohol-based hand sanitizer for times when the water is not available. So, kaya importante, lagi mayroon tayong hand sanitizer. Just in case na walang available na tubig para magugas ng kamay. So, at least malinis, ma-disinfect yung kamay natin po hand sanitizer. So, frequent hand washing in hot, soapy water is best way to control infection. O, sige na, baka sabihin, meron kasi minsan merong philosophy hot o warm na lang. Okay, kasi sabi, sir, hot, di napasok kami. Sige, warm water, ha? Tapos magsasabon ng kamay. And pinakamaganda din is kung running water din yan. And avoid drinking untreated water. So, kung drinking water is particularly problem in areas with typhoid fever is endemic. Drink only boiled or bottled water or canned or bottle carbonated beverages. So, di ba? So, kaya, we need to make sure na safe. Lalo yan. Isa yung tatandaan nyo kapag nagta-travel kayo. Okay? Carbonated bottled water is safer than uncarbonated variant. So, yan. So, nakakatulong din yan. Di ba? Social sparkling water pa yung iinumin. Di ba? Go for drinks without ice. Kasi nga, lalo kung hindi natin alam kung saan galing yung ice na yan. Kung purified ba or distilled ba yung ice na water nung ginawa yung ice. So, use bottled water din kapag nagtutoothbrush. Try not to swallow water in the shower, di ba? So yung kanta-kanta ka pa kasi habang nagsha-shower. Di ba? But now, avoid raw foods and vegetables. So, these items may have been washed in unsafe water. So, avoid items that cannot peel, especially lettuce and mga leafy ground vegetables. So, lalo kung hindi natin alam kung saan siya nang gagaling. Okay, choose hot foods. Steaming hot ones are best. O yung may init. Kasi nga, namamatay yung bacteria dyan. So, avoid those who are stored or served at room temperature. Food from street vendors are more likely to be contaminated. So, kaya po dapat ay mag-iingat tayo, no? Lalo yung mga hilig tayo kumain sa mga kalsa-kalsada. Ha? Ayan. So, how is it treated? Diba? So, since this is bacteria, so antibiotics tayo. Like ciprofloxacin, ceftriaxone, chloramphenicol, ampicillin, o trimoxazole. Yan. So, yan po yung mga pwedeng ibigay na antibiotic kay patient. And if patient does not respond to chloramphenicol, third or fourth generation drugs are administered. So, ibig sabihin, tataasan natin yung generation ng antibiotic ni patient. Okay, nursing management, sabi, maintain or restore fluid and electrolyte balance kung nagtatay yung pasyente natin. Diba? Vital signs is very important, lalo na yung temp. Kasi nga, di ba, the more natataas yung temp niyan, the more na pwedeng maging delirious yung patient natin. Okay, prevent injury from falls in patient with typhoid psychosis. Di ba, yung nawawala sa sarili. Di ba? So, make sure na, side rails is nakataas para hindi mahulog yung pasyente natin. Or, laging may bantay yung pasyente natin. So, maintain good personal hygiene and mouth care, di ba? Para ma-prevent nga, di ba, yung sordess natin or swords dun sa bibig ni patient. Okay, keep patient warm if the patient feels chills. Di ba? Giniginaw na nga, totodo mo pa yung aircon. Di ba? So, minsan ginagawa dyan, naglalagay din ng drop light, tapos naka-warm, naka-blanket yung pasyente. Pero syempre, since pag nilalagnat yung pasyente, di ba, cooling measure, so, TSB tayo. Di ba, tipid, sponge bath. Kapag mataas yung temperature, mas maganda kung malamig na tubig yung pagdadampa natin ng cloth natin kapag nagti-TSB kay patient para bumaba yung temperature niya. And watch for signs of intestinal bleeding. Kasi siya pwedeng masira yung intestine ni patient. That's why, titingnan natin kung nagbi-bleed ba yung patient natin. Okay, malinaw po ba sa typhoid fever? Malinaw? May question po ba? Diba? So, nandan nyo, diba yung mga sakit na pinag-usapan natin, diba? Halos magkakamukha ng ano yung mga transmission nila, puro oral or fecal-oral route. So, magkakamukha lang din sila ng treatment. So, ang kailangan natin intindihin is the signs and symptoms. So, pag naintindihan natin yung signs and symptoms, alam na agad natin kung ano yung treatment. Pero kung mapapansin nyo, ano lahat yung ina-avoid natin, diba? Dehydration. Diba? Kasi nga, basta nagsusuka tae, dehydration. Yung kailangan natin na ma-address. Since this is bacteria, so mga antibiotics. Okay? So, let's now move with your hepatitis or inflammation of the liver, which is, di ba, ang dami-dami ay hepatitis A, B, C, D, at E. Di ba? So, I think na-discuss naman na to previously, na-discuss na rin yan dati. So, pero siyempre, i-discuss pa rin natin. So, let's start with hepatitis A. Or, tinatawag din siya na infectious hepatitis or catarrhal jaundice. So, hepatitis A, this is a vaccine-preventable liver infection caused by hepatitis A virus, and it is characterized by inflammation of the liver that is not very severe and runs acute course, generally starting with 2 to 6 weeks after contact with the virus. So, eto po, yung hepatitis A natin, may vaccine naman siya para ma-prevent. Diba? So, ano daw yan? Hindi naman daw sobrang severe kasi self-limiting siya. Ibig sabihin, gumagaling naman po yung patient na merong nagkakaroon ng hepatitis A. Okay? It may last no longer than 2 months, although highly contagious siya. Diba? Nakakahawa. Diba? Pero gumagaling. Kasi, self-limiting and most benign and harmless type of hepatitis. Diba? So, kung pipili ka ng hepatitis A na lang, para hindi basta-basta, para gumaling pa. So, the virus is one, several types of hepatitis virus that causes inflammation and acute and affects the liver's ability to function. So, ibig sabihin, lahat po ng hepatitis, any kind na yan, ang kanyang target, kaya nga hepatitis, ibig sabihin, yung liver ang tina-target niya. So, ibig sabihin, yung liver function ang affected kapag dating sa hepatitis virus. Okay, hepatitis A, sabi natin, it's known as infectious hepatitis because it spreads relatively easily from infected to those in close contact. So, pwede siyang madaling makahawa. So, incubation period, mean of 30 days. Yung average of 30 days from 15 to 60 days or 3 to 6 weeks po. Pwedeng mag-incubate siya. And, gano'n ba siya makakahawa or communicable? Sabi natin, it's infected patient is capable of transmitting the organism a week before and a week after ng appearance ng sintomas. So, before pa magkaroon ng sintomas si patient and after mawala ng sintomas, ibig sabihin, pwede pa rin siyang makahawa. So, how is it transmitted again? Through fecal-oral transmission. Diba? Through ingestion of contaminated water or food. Diba? So, doon siya nakukuha. Basta tandaan nyo, pag fecal-oral transmission, laging food and water yung kasama dyan. Diba? From close contact with a person or object that is infected, pwede po niya natin makuha. Now, eating raw shellfish harvested from water polluted sewage. So, para din si typhoid. Diba? Pwede mo din siya makuha. Ano pa daw? Having oro-anal sex with someone who is infected with hepatitis. And oral, saka anal sex daw, di ba? So, kaya dapat laging protektado. Ayan, ano pa daw? Sharing of needles between intravenous drug users, di ba? Di kayo, share pa kayong ganyan, no? O, ikaw naman, tusok ka. Ayan, so pwede mo siyang makuha. Pero, mainly, is, oral fecal po ang ating hepatitis A. So, signs and symptoms, ayan, so indication of hepatitis A infections typically do not appear until the person had the virus for a few weeks. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa naman siya agad lalabas. So, possible signs and symptoms, fatigue, low-grade fever, anorexia, nausea, and vomiting. There will be also abdominal discomfort, especially daw, right upper side. We need to risk. Kasi di ba doon located yung liver natin, nasa right upper quadrant ng ating tiyan. So, doon po yung parang may pain na nararamdaman si patient. Then ano daw? Clay-colored stool with dark urine. Since apektado po yung liver function, so yung mechanism or yung trabaho ng liver in utilizing yung mga bilirubin, di ba? So kaya nagiging dark colored yung nagiging clay colored yung stool ni patient. Di ba? There is also joint pain and arthralgia. So masakit yung mga kasukasuan ni patient, di ba? Parang buong katawan na lang niya nirarayuma. Di ba? There will be yellowish discoloration of the skin and the sclera. Di ba? Naninilaw. Kaya tandaan, di ba, basta naninilaw, ibig sabihin apektado yung kidney because of dun sa bilirubin, synthesization ng bilirubin dun sa liver natin. And since there is intense itching, so nangangati yung katawan ni patient. And sometimes nagkakaroon ng spider nevi sa trunk. Yung parang parang nagkaroon ng spider, tawag ito? Ayan, gagamba. Diba? Ayan, so dito yan. Ayan, yan yung spider nevi. Kaya check din po yung mga katawan, di ba? Ayan. Silip-silip. Okay? But now, most of these symptoms may be relatively mild and disappear in few weeks. Diba? Mawala din siya. And hepatitis A does not lead to chronic hepatitis or cirrhosis. However, hepatitis A infection can result in severe illness that lasts for several months depending on the host resistance. So, ibig sabihin, kung mahina yung resistensya mo, ibig sabihin, pwedeng tumagal. Pero kung malakas naman, di ba, sabi natin, up to 2 months, pwedeng gumaling na agad yung pasyente. Di ba? So, pero, hindi naman daw niya magkukos ng liver cirrhosis. So, diagnosis, yan, HAB and HBV complement fixation rate. Liver function test is used to determine the presence of and extent of the liver damage and to the monitor yung liver response kung kamusta. Diba? So, yan. Bile examination in the stool and na urine kung may presence na ng mga bile na yan. So, serum glutamic oxalic transaminase or SGOT. Yan. So, yun yung mga sinecheck sa kanya. Serum glutamic pyruvic transaminase or SGPT. So, dati ito yung mga tawag sa kanya. Serum alanine transaminase and serum AST naman yung isa. So, IgM level, sinecheck din po natin yan kay patient natin. Okay? So, how is it prevented? Sabi ko nga kanina, this is a vaccine preventable disease. So, pwede pong magpa-vaccine ng hepatitis A para ma-prevent natin yan. So, it's typically given in 2 shots. First dose is given at the age of 1 year and followed by a booster shots up 6 months later. So, sabi natin, the CDC, di ba, recommends hepatitis A vaccine for the population. Sino ba yung mga kailangan na magkaroon yan? All children at age 1 and older children who did not receive the childhood vaccine. Infants ages 6 to 11 months traveling internationally. Diba, yung mga nagtatravel, yung mga bata pa lang. Laboratory workers who may come in contact with hepatitis A. So, sino yung mga medtech? Yan, sino pa daw? Men who have sex with men. Kasi nga, di ba, anal sex. Nakukuha siya. People with other risk factors who work or travel in parts of the world with hepatitis A is common. So, pag traveler, so kailangan merong vaccine. Diba? People who use any type of illegal drugs, not just injected ones. So, yung mga nag-addict. Diba? People who receive treatment with clotting factor concentrate. Kasi diba yung liver, diba, sa yung nagsisintay ng clotting factors natin. Kasama siya dyan. So, people with chronic liver disease. Kasi nga, diba, may liver disease na, nagka-hepatitis A pa, di lalong nasira na yung liver ni patient. So, what will be the treatment for hepatitis A? Sabi, there is no specific treatment prescribed. Sabi, though bed rest is the essential. Siyempre para makapag-recover. So, what we recommend is high carbohydrates, low fat, low protein diet. So, para mag-recover siya. So, vitamin supplements, especially mga B-complex, binibigay sa kanya. Intravenous therapy is occasionally necessary. Diba? Kung lang merong mga dehydration or walang gana, para ma-hydrate lang. So, isoprenosine or methylsoprenol may enhance yung T-cell immunity. So, mga pampalakas ng resistensya. Yan yung isoprenosine natin. Marami yan, mga T-lymphocytes ni patient. So, administer alkalis, belladonna, and antiemetics to control dyspepsia and malaise. Para lang yung, di ba, yung parang di natunawan or nalalambot yung pasyente, di ba, para medyo makakain ng paunti-unti yung patient natin. Okay, nursing management. So, isolate the patient. So, enteric isolation po ulit tayo. Promote rest during acute or symptomatic phase. So, kaya di ba sabi kanina, bed rest is very important for patient na merong hepatitis A. So, we need to improve nutritional status. Ano nga daw yung diet? High carbohydrates, low protein, and low fat. Kasi nga, para lumakas yung liver. Kasi nga, kung high fat pa, mahirapan na mag-synthesize yung liver natin. So, utilize appropriate measures to minimize spread of the disease. So, ibig sabihin, alam natin kung paano ba siya makukuha o dapat prevent natin kung para hindi siya kumalat yung sakit na yan. So, observe for melena and check stools for presence of blood. Kasi baka mamaya, nagkakaroon ng internal bleeding si patient, di ba? Pag melena, ano nga yan? Black, tarry stool. So, upper GI ang apektado. Di ba? Pag fresh blood, di ba, lower GI naman yung affected sa kanya. Okay? Pa daw, provide optimum skincare and oral care. So, importante rin po yan. Di ba, nangangati-ngati na ngayong pasyente natin. So, increase patients' ability to carry out activities. So, encourage patient to limit yung activity kapag pagod siya, pag nanlihina, nalalambot, di ba? Assisting the client in planning periods of rest, di ba, pahinga, and activity, and promote gradual resumption activities and mild exercise during recovery. So, unti-unti lang po, gradual. Kasi di ba nga sabi natin, bed rest yung pinaka-importante sa patient na merong hepatitis A para mas mabilis siya mag-recover. Okay, may question po ba sa hepatitis A? Are we clear with hepatitis A? Okay. So, next would be the hepatitis B or what we call the serum hepatitis. So, hepatitis B is infection of the liver caused by hepatitis B virus. It can cause scarring of the organ, liver failure, and cancer. So, ito naman yung pangit kay hepatitis B. Kasi ibig sabihin, pwede niyang masira yung mismong liver na ni patient. Diba? Unlike dun sa A, namaga lang. Pero ito, pwede na niyang sirain at pwede mag-lead sa liver cirrhosis. So, it's spread when people come in contact with blood, open sores, and other body fluids of person who was the hepatitis B virus. And it is fatal kapag hindi na treat. Diba? So, kaya nga kayo, diba, since tayo mga nurses, diba, meron tayong possibility na maging contact dyan, diba, sa blood, diba, mga body fluids. Kaya nga, required po talaga yung hepatitis B vaccine sa inyo. Para kayo ay mismo ay protektahan nyo din yung sarili ninyo. Diba? Hepatitis B is considered more serious than hepatitis A due to the possibility of severe complications as massive damage of the liver and hepatocarcinoma. So, pwede mag-cause ng cancer sa liver. The logic agent is your hepatitis B virus. So, the virus has limited tissue tropism. So, Hepatitis B virus infects the liver and possibly yung pancreas. Pwede niyang idamay. And HB SAG, the surface antigen of HB appears in the blood for 30 to 60 days after exposure and persistent variable period of time. So, ganun siya katagal. So, incubation period, 50 to 180 days or 2 to 5 months. An average of 90 days. So, 3 months yung incubation para dumami yan sa system niya. So, paano yan natatransmit? Through sexual contact, diba? Unprotected sex with individual with hepatitis B, through partner's blood, saliva, semen, or vaginal secretions. Yan, diba? Yan, o, pwede po sa laway. Yan, ingat-ingat, nakikipag-kiss kung kani-kanino. Diba? Direct transmission from person to person contact by infected body fluids such as blood transfusion with contaminated blood and blood products. So that's why ini-screen po yung mga blood natin bago siya i-transfuse. Kasi mamaya, nasalina ka ng dugo, pati hepatitis B, nasalin sa iyo. Diba? Through sharing of needles and syringes as in the case of drug users who pass at the same item among multiple individuals. Diba? Yung mga addict, share kayo ng drugs. Yan. Using unsterilized equipment for tattooing and piercing. So ngayon, Bito Actis ngayon, ang safe na, mas safe kasi ngayon, disposable na yung mga ginagamit. Diba? Dati kasi nire-reuse. Diba? So kaya may laki yung chance na matransmit yung mga sakit-sakit na yan. So kaya ngayon, kadalasan, most of the artists na, diba, disposable na yung mga ginagamit na equipment or yung mga pang tattoo-tattoo na yan or pang butas-butas ng tenga. Okay, transmission can occur through infected blood or body fluids introduced at birth. So, di ba, kaya nga po, pagkapanganak pa lang ni baby, di ba, kasama po sa binabaksin sa kanya hepatitis B vaccine para ma-prevent na natin. Kasi pwede rin po na mamaya si mother pala infected habang lumalabas siya, di ba, doon sa vaginal canal, di ba, sa amniotic fluid. So, yun pala nakuha nung baby yan. So, pregnant women with hepatitis B can pass it through babies during childbirth. However, there is a vaccine to prevent newborns from becoming infected. So, yun yung sabi ko kanina. So, hepatitis B transmission does not occur through the following routes. Fecal oral, hindi siya. Diba? Fecal foodborne or waterborne, hindi rin. Or anthropod, ibig sabihin mosquito bite. So, tandaan, basta direct contact sa body fluids, dun po siya makukuha ang hepatitis B virus. So, period of communicability, the patient is capable of transmitting the virus during the later part of the incubation period and during the acute phase. So, the virus may persist in the blood for many years or for life. Pwede rin po siyang for life nang nandyan sa inyo. Okay, so manifestation. So, prodromal period, fever, malaise, anorexia, nausea, vomiting, abdominal discomfort, and chills. So, feeling mo, nanghihina ka lang. Then, magkakaroon na ng jaundice, maninilaw, tas dark urine and pale stool. Then, there will be fatigue that persists for weeks or months. So, kaya kabahan na, ba't kaya pa lang? Lagi na lang ako nanghihina, parang pagod na, isang buwan na, nagpahinga, pagod pa din. Diba? So, pain is present at the upper right quadrant of the abdomen, which is, doon nga po again located yung liver. And the liver is tender and enlarged. So, namamaga nga. So, gaano kalaki daw? 12 to 14 centimeter vertically. And the spleen is palpable in some patient. Kasi nga, di ba? So, namamaga. Napupush din yan. Posterior cervical lymph nodes may be enlarged. So, yung mga lymph nodes namamaga na. Di ba? Ayan. Check mo yung mga kula-kula dyan sa liig ni patient. Okay, recovery is indicated by a decline of fever and improve yung appetite. Diba? So, ayan, sabihin, pag nawawala na yung lagnat, nagsasubside na, migana na ulit kumain. And, yan, so, pwede na po siya dyan. And, meron nga din pala ako dating nabasa na article. Yun daw mga patient na nagkaroon ng nagkaroon ng hepatitis B, nawala din daw yung cessation nila to smoke. Diba? So, yan. So, kaya kung yung gusto mag-quit ng smoking, ito pala ang solusyon. Magpa-infect ng hepatitis B. Okay, charot lang po. Pero totoo yung article po na yun. May nabasa po ako na na yung those patient daw na mga chain smoker na nagkaroon ng hepatitis B, during the illness, nawala na yung urge nila to smoke. Ayan. Okay, number 2, fulminant hepatitis may be fatal, manifested by severe symptoms like ascites and bleeding. Kasi nga, namamaga na, kakaroon na ng accumulation of fluid dun sa tiyan ni patient. Tapos nagbi-bleed na siya. Kasi di ba nasisira na yung liver. Di ba sabi nga natin, liver is, may kinalaman po yan sa ating yung pagkocontrol ng bleeding sa katawan natin. So, diagnostic procedure. So, complement fixation test pa rin, radioimmunoassay hemoglobin test, liver function, bowel examination urine, so routine blood count, yan, serum, transamination, SGPT, SGOT natin. Or, pwede rin po mag-liver biopsy or ultrasound para makita kung gaano nasira yung liver, gaano kamaga yung liver ni patient natin. Okay? So, paano nga ba yan ipe-prevent? So, sabi nga natin, may vaccine na available for hepatitis B. So, more than 1 billion dose of hepatitis B vaccine has been given worldwide. It is considered as very safe and effective means to protect infants, children, and adults. So, the goal of prevention is to interrupt the chain of transmission and to protect population who are at risk. So, kahit saan naman, di ba? Laging tatandaan, di ba, yung chain of infection, kailangan ma-break para hindi kumalat yung sakit. So, dito, kaya nagbabaksin para mas malesen yung risk na makuha mo o ma-acquire mo yung hepatitis B. Di ba? Kaya sabi sa inyo, yung mga iba dyan, di ba, 3rd year na, ngayon pala nagkukumpleto ng hepatitis B vaccine, ano? Ayan. So, screening of blood donors, exclude carriers. Observe caution when giving care of patient na merong hepatitis B. So, ingat din po, di ba kayo? Di ba kaya nga yung needle prick, yan, importante na hindi tayo natutusok. Kaya nga yung mga, tawag ito, yung fishing technique, bawal mag-recap. Ayan. So, wash hands and other skin areas immediately thoroughly after contact with the body fluid. So, hugas kamay, di ba? Avoid injury with sharp objects or instruments. Ayan, di ba? Lalo pag sa OR, di ba? Tulala ka, pag inabot sa iyo yung instrument, sa iyo pala nakatutok yung scalpel o di natusok ka ngayon. So, kaya dapat lagi may presence of mind kapag nasa OR. Diba? Use disposable needles and syringe only once and discard these items properly. So, diba? Isang single use. Tapos, ano itapon? Yung mga punctured proof containers natin. So, clean up blood spills with fresh diluted bleach solution. So, sabihin, kaya mapapansin nyo bakit laging amoy Sonrox sa ospital. Kasi yan po yung mga nakakapatay ng virus na yan kapag numalsik siya. So, 1 part bleach and 9 parts water. So, paano? Halimbawa, 1 litro. So, 900 ml na tubig, tapos 100 ml na bleach solution. Yung pagmimix na siya yung ipang lilinis dun sa natapunan ng mga dugo. Okay? Avoid sharing. Hindi naman dapat talaga kasi nagsishare niyan, di ba? Avoid sharing ng toothbrush. Nagsishare ba kayong toothbrush? Di ba? Razor, and other instrument that become contaminated with blood. So, ibig sabihin, anything, di ba? Kasi yung toothbrush, di ba? Minsan nagtutoothbrush ka, pwedeng nagkakaroon ng gum bleed. Tapos, ako naman, pahiram. Di ba yun? O, yung razor, di ba? Nag-ahit na ganyan. O, tapos, nahiwa pala, tapos sinira mo din. Ayan. So, prevent po natin yan. Avoid natin yan o wag natin ginagawa. Diba? Observe safe sex practice. Okay? Or, abstinence. Pag di kaya, gumamit ng protection. Gumamit ng kapote. Diba? Discard sanitary napkins and tampons properly. Para sa mga babae. Diba? Minsan, basta maitsa lang. No? Ibalot din po minsan yung mga napkin, Yan, iba yung mga itcha-itcha lang dyan. Okay, get adequate rest, sleep, exercise, and eat nutritious food. Ayan, pahinga din po, hindi puro gimmick. Nutritious food daw, hindi puro fast food yung kinakain na lang lagi. Diba? Ayan. So, how is it treated or paano ba minamanage if ever yung pasyente magkaroon ng hepatitis B? Sabi natin, the goal of treatment are to minimize activity and liver inflammation as well as to decrease yung symptoms. Kasi ayaw nga natin na mag-lead sa liver cirrhosis. Kaya ano daw, bed rest ulit. Sabi, bed rest is recommended until symptoms subsides and gradual activity is allowed. So, unti-unti. Okay, so vaccine, and in short, a shot of hepatitis immunoglobulin may be administered. So, this protein boosts the patient's immune system and helps it fight yung mga infection na yan. So, yung mga immunoglobulin, pag infected na. Diba? Pero kung hindi ka pa infected, so magpa-vaccine na po tayo. So, adequate nutrition should be maintained. But, tandaan, low fat, low protein, high carbohydrates diet. So, tandaan yung diet na to. Basta tandaan, liver ang affected, low fat and low protein. Kasi di ba si liver ang nagsisynthesize po ng fats. Nagre-release ng pangtunaw ng mga taba-taba na yan. Together with your bile, di ba yung bile production, tsaka yung sa gallbladder natin. So kaya, high carbohydrates para mag-recover po yung cells ni patient dun sa liver. So yan. So para mabawasan yung trabaho niya. Kaya low fat, low protein tayo kapag may liver problem si patient. So, hepatitis B is a chronic disease, therefore promoting home and community-based care is essential. And the nurse should encourage the patient to discuss with his or family or significant others about the risk of contracting hepatitis B to intimate contact. Diba? So, kung may asawa na, may pamilya na, ayan. So, kailangan ma-discuss para ma-prevent na mahawa din yung family. So, pwede pa rin naman yung intimate contact, pero syempre, ingat na. Diba? Provide the health education and answer patients and family members' question professionally. So, tandaan, sagot natin lagi maayos. So, home care nurses should carry out follow-up visits. Standard precautions should be strictly implemented. Yan. Kasi nga, di ba, pwede siya makuha. Kaya tandaan yung mga body fluids contact na yan. Di ba? So, prevent natin lagi. Okay, may question po sa hepatitis B. Malinaw tayo, hepatitis B? Malinaw. Okay, let's now move with your hepatitis C naman. Okay, hepatitis C is disease caused by liver hepatitis C virus. So, new hepatitis C virus infection are usually asymptomatic din siya. Okay, so generally, by this time the person finds out she or she has hepatitis C, serious damage to the liver have been already occurred. So, ibig sabihin malala na kapag nalaman na may hepatitis C si patient. So, disease can mild or serious. Likewise, the virus can cause acute or chronic illness. So, incubation period, 2 to 26 weeks with an average of 6 to 8 weeks. So, ibig sabihin, 2 months. Diba? Kadalasan sa kanya. So, this is transmitted through blood and blood-tinged body fluid. So, bloodborne din siya, parang si hepatitis B. So, typical route of transmission is through needle stick injury or sharing parenteral devices, accidental exposure to blood through splashes on the mucous membrane of the eyes or the nose, diba? Ayan, tumalsik-talsik sa'yo. Or sumisid ka sa dugo. Yan. It can also be transmitted to non-intact skin and through blood transfusion or unscreened blood or blood products. So, iba, natalsikan, diba, meron ka sugat. Ayan. So, sexual practices that leads to exposure to blood. Ano daw yun? Mga sex na nagkakadugo. Ayan. Yung mga men who have sex with men, ayan, yun, pwede po magkaroon yan. So, which is considered as leading mode of transmission of sexually transmitted disease, not just locally but in other parts of the world as well. So, ibig sabihin, kaya tandaan lagi yung safe sex ang importante. Diba? So, hepatitis C virus can also be transmitted through vertical transmission where the virus is passed from an infected mother to a baby, especially during yung delivery. So, ibig sabihin, napapasa rin siya ni mother. Diba? Parang yung hepatitis B natin. So, signs and symptoms. Majority of the patient do not exhibit symptoms at the onset of infection. However, in those who are symptomatic, the symptoms mimic those who have influenza. Diba? Para siyang tinatrangkaso. Diba? Fever, fatigue, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting. And then, meron lang siyang additional na right upper quadrant abdominal pain. Yun yung nadadagdag sa kanya. And in the later stage, sabi natin the patient excretes dark urine, straw-colored stool, and suffers from joint pains, jaundice, silly fatigability, and pruritus. Kasi nga, ibig sabihin, lumalala na pag lumalabas yung mga symptoms na yan kay patient. So, diagnostics, due to the fact that hepatitis C virus is generally asymptomatic, few people are diagnosed when the infection is recent and the disease process progresses and the patient develop chronic hepatitis C infection. So, yun yung pinakamasakit. Diba? Dahil nga sabi, diba asymptomatic siya sa una, lalabas na yung symptoms kapag malala na. Kaya, malala na rin pag na-diagnose na meron si patient. So, when symptoms become noticeable, serious liver damage has already sets in. And this warrants diagnostic examination like yung mga, testing na ng hepatitis C, antibodies na yan, iba yung mga ALT and AST, yung liver enzymes, pero makita elevated na. Yan. So, kaya, meron na palang hepatocellular damage, so sira na yung liver ni patient. So, yan po yung mahirap sa hepatitis C. Sabi nga, serious liver damage na pag lumabas yung mga symptoms kay patient. So, if the test is positive, they will be assessed on the degree of the liver damage, whether through liver fibrosis or liver cirrhosis is present na ba. The patient will undergo yung liver biopsy para lang malaman kung gano'n nakalala. Diba? So, the degree of liver damage is used to guide the treatment, decision, and manage of the disease natin. So, ayan. So, AST, probably as your SGOT. So, pero, sa iba, ito pa rin gamit. Sa iba, ito gamit. So, depende. So, check ninyo na lang kung ano yung mga ginagamit ng mga hospitals or mga clinics. Pero, tanda, magkamukha lang po si AST saka AST or si SGOT sa ALT saka si SGPT natin. Wag pong malilito dyan sa mga pareho sa puro mga liver enzyme. Sinecheck po niyan. Okay, bilirubin. Yan, yung direct bilirubin or conjugated, so less than 0.3 mg or total bilirubin ni patient natin. Okay, next one is yung hepatitis D naman. So, sino naman si hepatitis D? So, hepatitis D is also called your delta hepatitis. So, hepatitis D is serious liver disease caused by hepatitis D virus and is contracted through direct contact with infected blood. And tandaan din po, sabi natin, hepatitis is rare form of hepatitis that only occurs in conjunction with hepatitis B infection. So, kapag walang hepatitis B, walang hepatitis D. So, sa hepatitis D virus cannot multiply without presence of hepatitis B. So, kumbaga, si hepatitis D natin is super infection ng hepatitis B. Ibig sabihin, pinalala pa niya yung hepatitis B kaya nagkaroon ng hepatitis D. So, no antiviral medication exists for the treatment of hepatitis D at this time. According to 2013 study, a drug called alpha interferon can be used to treat hepatitis D but only shows improvement about 25 to 30%. So, wala pa siyang total treatment sa kanya. So, basically, prevented by getting vaccine, diba, ng hepatitis B. Kasi kung hindi ka naman magkaka-hepatitis B, hindi mo makukuha yung hepatitis D. So, ganun lang po siya kasimple. Okay? Next, hepatitis E. Ang dami naman ng hepatitis na yan. Diba? Hepatitis E naman is an infectious disease characterized by inflammation of the liver caused by hepatitis E virus. So, hepatitis E virus is positive since single-stranded non-envelope RNA virus is shed in the stools of infected person and enters the human body through GI3. So, fecal oral transmission ulit. So, the infection is usually self-limiting and resolves within 2 to 6 weeks. Occasionally, a serious disease known as fulminant hepatitis acute liver develops and a number of people who contract this can die. So, yung mga namatay. So, fulminant hepatitis occurs more frequently when hepatitis E develops during pregnancy. So, sa mga buntis. So, sino kamukha niya? Si hepatitis A. Diba? ba? Magkamukha din silang dalawa, 2 to 6 weeks. And self-limiting sila. Pareho, yun lang yung maganda sa kanila. So, incubation period, sabi, the incubation period following exposure to hepatitis E virus ranges from 2 to 10 weeks with an average of 5 to 6 weeks. So, infected person are taught to excrete the virus starting around few days before to around 3 days to 4 weeks after nung onset ng disease. So, ibig sabihin, pwede na siyang maghawa na. So, transmission, fecal, oral ulit, drinking contaminated water, ingestion of undercooked animal meat, di ba? Yan. Mahilig kumain ng mga liver. So, ingestion of raw or uncooked shellfish. Ayan. So, kagaya dun sa typhoid, di ba? So, vertical transmission from pregnant women to fetus. Ayan. So, risk factors. Sabi dito, risk factors for hepatitis C are related to poor sanitation. Para din si hepatitis A natin, di ba? So, the disease is common in resource-limited countries with inadequate access to essential water, sanitation, hygiene, and health services. Ibig sabihin, yung madudumi o mga sa third world country, mahirap na bansa. Pregnant women with hepatitis E, particularly those in the second, third trimester, are at increased risk na magkaroon ng acute liver failure. So, pwede mamatay din yung baby and pwede na siya mismo. Diba? Yung mortality, pwede rin mamatay yung mother. So, case fatality rates is high as 20 to 25% has been reported among pregnant women on the third trimester. Diba? Sa third try na. Diba? Kaya mag-iingat din po pag buntis. Okay, so in the events, condition that allow the virus excreted in the feces or infected people to reach drinking water supply. So, kaya nga importante yung yung sanitation when it comes to human excreta, yung mga pupo, di ba? So, war zones, yan. And in campus for refugees or internally displaced populations. So, syempre, di ba, pag mga ganyan, yung mga refugee, di ba, wala, halo-halo, di ba, sobrang dami nyo, di ba, yung halimbawa, yung CR, sandaan kayong gumagamit, 50 kayong gumagamit. So, kaya yun yung mahirap. So, kaya, mag-iingat po dapat lagi. Di ba? So, maghuhugas lagi ng kamay. Diba? Signs and symptoms. So, initial phase of mild fever, reduced appetite, diba? Occasional nausea, vomiting lasting for few days. And some patient may complain ng abdominal pain. Pwede rin po yan sa kanila. Skin rashes, sometimes itchy but wala namang mga skin lesions. So, nakangati-ngati lang siya. So, jaundice, ayan. So, naninilaw po yung sclera, diba? So, tingnan mo yung mata niya, naninilaw yung mata ni patient. So, dark urine and pale stool. So, slightly enlarged or tender liver. Ayan, mamaga na rin yung liver. So, how is it prevented? Wash and peel all fresh fruits and vegetables. So, balat, hugasan. Do not eat raw or uncooked meat or fish. Ayan, di ba? Yung mga sashimi. Kung alam naman natin na hindi malinis, di ba? Drink boiled or bottled water and use it when brushing your teeth. Avoid all beverages or unknown purity when or with or without ice. Pag di natin alam, huwag na natin i-try na mag-experience, di ba? Kung di natin alam kung saan galing yung mga iyan. So, if boiled water is not available, boil the tap water before drinking. So, di ba? Walang bottled water, magpakulo ka muna ng tubig. So, practice hand hygiene. Yan, hand washing ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. Sabi natin, a vaccine to prevent hepatitis E virus has been developed and is licensed in China but not yet in the Philippines. So, wala pa pong vaccine dito sa Pilipinas pero sa China meron na. Okay, so ayan po yung 5 different kinds of hepatitis natin. So, hepatitis A and E, di ba? Fecal, oral. Hepatitis B, C, D, blood, body, fluids. Pero tandaan, ano lahat ang ginagawa nila? Yung liver ang affected sa kanilang 5. Or yun yung ina-affect nila. Alright, may question po ba? Clarification with hepatitis. Are we all good? That's all for hepatitis.